Rene Ebersole has been reporting on the Monsanto trials for The Nation in partnership with the Food and Environmental Reporting Network, a nonprofit supporting investigative journalism, and she joins us now. Rene, does the discovery of glyphosate in cereal brands come as a surprise to you?
In my reporting, I found that glyphosate residue has been found in many popular foods, from cherries to cereal. Preliminary research has found it in 80% or 86% of sampling of people in regions across the United States. But a lot more research is needed to determine what that means for human health. Most of the research is still very early.
So if there was any knowledge of this in the past, even any inkling of it, because it's potentially so dangerous, why is this only now being brought to the public's attention?
As I mentioned, scientists are still learning about how many chemicals, including glyphosate, affect humans. And as they continue to evaluate chemicals and people raise their concerns, as the Environmental Working Group has done here, it prompts more research and will be better understand where the dangers lurk in the future.
So are there other preliminary studies that indicate glyphosate could be a danger in other areas as well as the ones we've discussed?
Yeah, there have been some early studies on how glyphosate may affect women who are pregnant and babies. It is very early, but those populations are very vulnerable to any type of environmental toxin because even a low dose of a harmful chemical can disturb the delicate development process. When it comes to studies on glyphosate effects, on how glyphosate affects mothers and babies, there have just been a few studies, but in general, women and children should limit exposure to chemicals that may be harmful.
Definitely. Now, California ruled against Monsanto in the case of Dwayne Johnson, who said the company's weed killer product caused his lymphoma. Do you expect we'll see more cases like Johnson's?
Yeah, there's about 500 cases in a federal court lawsuit and more than 4,000 cases in state courts around the country. So the Johnson case could be a bellwether for those trials to come. I'm sure it will be discussed in those trials as things move forward.
So speaking of moving forward, what needs to be done next in order to keep people safe? I mean, this is pretty scary stuff if you're a parent. These are common household cereals that potentially could be dangerous and other items that are pretty common for consumers. So what would you recommend people do going forward?
I think in general, we all need to evaluate the ingredients in what we eat to avoid things that might be harmful. I always look at things that, I always look for ingredients that I can't pronounce. If I can't pronounce it, then it's an indication that maybe it's not something I want to buy. Purchasing organic is a good thing to do. And I also want to say that people need to go to responsible news sources to make sure that they're getting the best information about things that might be harmful to their health.
Well, I hope you count us among those. Rene Ebersole, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.